congratulations, man. What a ride you're on right now.
Oh my goodness, it's so crazy.
Well, you know it's important to all of your fans, and we are that for sure, because, and I said it earlier on the show, look, man, who knows today how success happens? It's so random, right? But what you can do is you can work for it still and prepare for it and be ready for it and set yourself up so when it happens, it's yours and it doesn't belong to anybody else. And we said it, we spoke about this a while ago, T, and said that, you're inspiring younger and establishing artists to back themselves and bank on themselves, and now it's happening for you. Congratulations. We're so stoked.
Thank you.
We're so
stoked. It's amazing just to see like how everyone's been reacting to this song. Like when people ask me like, did you know it was going to be this song? It's like, of course not. I think I put all of my focus on just creating music that like is important to me and building my legacy and something that I love, and that's what I've been focused on for the last few years so hard that it's like I never even have these kind of expectations. So when it happens, it's amazing. I'm so thankful, but like, I didn't like need this moment, if that makes sense.
No,
but
because you're good. You're good. You're out in blue sky. I mean, no one can take this away from you. You run your own business. You've got an incredible team. You're consistently brilliant every time you show up.
Oh, thank you.
This is just like, all right, this is a great little moment, a blip that's going to just continue to validate, to your point, and qualify what you already know.
Yes, thank you. I'm so happy about it. I'm so thankful. The fans have been amazing. Like everyone's just been gassing it up, like doing all of the trends online, and just everyone's been supporting and doing it. I mean, I'm so thankful. I'm like speechless.
No, I want to talk to you about the fans, because I think it's hard for any artist when you're working as hard as you are to kind of know who's in the room. How big is the room? How many people are in the Tinashe room? Like, how many people are really showing up at this point? You see it in actual rooms when you play live. But has it really like been a beautiful moment for you to see fans introduce themselves through this experience and say, oh, I've been a fan for 10 years. I'm just happy, this is happening right now, or I'm dancing this song, whatever. Because, how do we even know who's out there for us, any of us anymore?
Yeah, absolutely. I think you kind of spoke to it earlier when you talked about just like building over time. Like there's something that can't be taken away from consistently showing up for years and consistently playing shows. And it's like people have seen my work and heard of my work for a long time. And so you're constantly planting seeds. And I think that that's really what success is at the end of the day, is being able to take all of those seeds that you've planted and that you've watered and see it all grow and like see all of these moments happen. And I don't think that I would have this same kind of impact of this moment without the journey. Like the 100%. Journey led it to like everything that we've done, every album that I've put out, every choice that I've made has led me to this moment.
Yes. It's not like you don't have nasties in the canon that you've made, that you have songs that have inspired and made people want to engage with them and sing along to them and dance to them. And you've had, you have hits, but you're right. A song like this comes along and it's just this perfect storm of all of it just happening at the right time. I want to talk to you about the production on this song and in particular, and I mentioned this on the air, and like maybe I'm just overanalyzing it, which would be like completely unshocking to anybody.
Probably not.
But the nasty part of it to me is mixed so up front and so in your face. It is so not tucked in the rest of the mix like everything else, that to me, it's almost subconsciously or consciously saying to people, take it. Like, take it out of the song, use it, be nasty, do what you got to say. It's almost like you've used the way the song sounds to say to people, I'm right there encouraging you to do this. Like, this is not a mix here. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that absolutely makes sense. I love that. I think that's part of the reason why I've been hearing so many amazing mashups and remixes. Like, the song has... that line is just so, it pops out so much, and it's so hooky and so easily put into like any beat or any, people can interpret it in so many different ways. And I think that that's been really impactful for the song. But, I also feel like when I wrote that particular line, I was just kind of, the way I usually write music is I just kind of record myself freestyling.
Yeah.
So I was driving in my car and I had like a version, like a very rough draft version of the beat playing. And I was recording myself on like Photo Bucket or something in my car, just like vibing to the song. And that initial line, like I said it so chilly and matter-of-factly and in your face. And it felt so simple yet so impactful that even just kind of like mimicking that performance
was
on
fun.
the actual record was something that I like very particularly crafted to try to get that exact same energy that when I was just like driving in my car. Because I think you're right, like the performance of it really affects just like how people are interpreting the song and how people are receiving it, you know?
When you get creative and you get in the studio and you get to learn your craft and you trade, a lot of times people are like, this is how things are done. Things sit in a mix like this. They look at their EQ, the equalizers, they figure it out. There's a craft to the whole thing, right? But it's like when you hear this song in particular and then you hear how the vocal just sits in it, man, it is so like you're in the room.
It's right there. It's like
right there.
Here. I love that. Every time that I'm working with, like, I have an engineer that I'm super close with. He does all my vocals. And I always say to him, like, I want to sound like I'm literally whispering right in your ear. Like I'm talking directly to you.
We've talked about this a few times before, and hopefully you feel like we've given you a really great platform to speak to your fans and talk about the importance of making strong decisions in your life. Because you've made some really impactful, smart decisions at really important times when a lot of people, I can honestly say even myself and people in this room would have like second guessed myself. Like, I don't know, like the infrastructure is there for a reason. Do I really check out of that? Do I really bet on myself like this? Having success now in this moment when, like I said, you really are responsible for all decisions, all creative visions, and the way the business runs. I know that it's exciting for you, but is it also a little bit overwhelming of like, oh, like how do I make sure that this actually builds into something bigger? Because I'm in charge, like, of everything.
Yeah, I mean, I think it definitely begs the question of like, what's next? I think like the human condition is we're constantly like thinking about like how we're gonna maximize on this, where we're going to take this. But at the same time, I'm just trying to live in the moment as much as possible and like not focus on that because you never know. These moments don't happen every day. And I hope that just my continued hard work and that we can maximize on it as much as we possibly can. But I mean, we stay the course, you know. I have a whole full album that I'm planning on putting out.
Yeah, we're excited. You're going to come see us on this album? Are you going to come into the studio, hang up? You got to come in and talk about this next album.
Absolutely. 1,000% I would love to.
We always enjoy it. You know, the whole team is excited to have you on the show. Eddie's with me as well from Rap Life.
I want to talk about you saying how you just want to enjoy the moment. And it seems like not only is this song blowing up, but part of it is because you're doing exactly that. Like, you're taking the Match My Freak thing and just rolling with it. You're taking the viral videos of that old couple dancing, and you're dancing with it. You're holding up the sign that says Match My Freak. I want to talk about that aspect of it to the point where yesterday, I didn't know, I work here, didn't know this. We changed the category. It's like Match My Freak category in Apple Music.
It's a Match My Freak playlist.
I saw that.
So at what point?
I was like, okay, that's iconic.
At what point do you start championing it? Like, you know what? I'm going to roll with the internet because I'm habitually online, and you just decided, I'm doing all of it. Let's go.
For me, I'm riding it till the wheels fall off. Like this is what you do all of this for. You hope for these types of moments. Like it's beyond, you know, being precious about it and being like overly cautious or like overthinking like, oh my God, I don't want to like be too overexposed. I don't want to like celebrate the wins. You know, I don't want to, you know, I got to stay focused on, I mean, the artistry is there and that's happening regardless. Like I said, this full album's coming out and people are going to see that this isn't just a one-off thing. This isn't a fluke. You know, there's continued music. No. There's music videos coming out. There's performances. You know, we're just going to keep going. But at the same time, like, this moment is also so impactful. Why not just have fun and, like, go hard?
This is it. This is the closest we can get, I think, as a creative community now to understanding what hard work actually creates, right?
Yeah,
first of all, the process, the love of it, that's it. Right? That's it. That's going to keep you going no matter what. Like, we know how much you love to do it. And we know that the decisions you've made are based on the fact that this is all I want to do in my life. And if you ain't riding with me like this, then see ya. I'm going to go over here and do it this way.
Yeah.
That being said, when you get a moment like this is the closest you can get to knowing, like, man, like you said, 10 years, I'm in this. This is it.
Yeah. It's very affirming. It's very affirming. So I'm very thankful for it in so many different senses, you know, like in a spiritual sense, you know, it just makes you feel like, okay, I'm on the right path. Like, obviously, all the decisions I made, like you said, have been for the right reasons. And I'm thankful.
There's only two people who are unhappy about the success of this record. One of them runs RCA. No disrespect to that person. They're very unhappy about the success of this record.
Honestly, you know what? I was saying this morning, there's a lot of people who worked with me at RCA that were on my team that have been showing me so much love or like
kidding.
messaging me, being
Of
like, I'm so proud of
course.
you.
Of course,
so
of
it's like
course.
super nice to still see all that kind of support and love from all the people.
And I've got good friends who work there, including the person who runs there, but I'm still going to throw it in. I never, right? Because if you can't have one moment where you're just like, I backed myself and I won. This is incredible.
Listen.
I rolled the dice.
Yeah.
And the only other person who I think, and this is another joke, because obviously we know her and we know she's going to be over the moon about this, is Sabrina Carpenter, who thought she had the runaway song in the summer until Nasty came along. And this is great because now you got Espresso and Nasty and you've got multiple. Like, I feel like this is one of those moments where we are being really spoiled this summer
Oh
by
my gosh.
incredible songs.
And Sabrina put out Espresso, I think, the same day that Nasty came out. So it's been so fun to
my
like
God.
see that ride. Yeah, like the week before Coachella or something like that.
Oh my
Like,
God. And we
so
completely ignored the Nespresso battle of 2024.
No, I love it.
The Nespresso battle of 2024. Listen, Tinashe, we absolutely think you're fantastic. You know
Thank
this.
you
This
so
is not
much.
news to you. I've been talking to you since back in BBC days, and you know we always enjoyed the chance to catch up with you and celebrate your music and what it is that you're working towards. This is a great moment. We can't wait to talk to you about the next installment of this conceptual trilogy and have a really great day. I know you will, because why wouldn't you? What an amazing moment. Good to
Thank
see
you guys
mate.
so much.
Yeah.
It's so great talking to you.
Bye, bud.